Hey, what's up guys? Totally Dubbed here, and today I'm going to make a video on Beats by Dre. Now, a lot of you will know that Beats by Dre products are quite overrated and they're very expensive to buy. And you're very much right in that. However, there's something that most audio enthusiasts or audiophiles overlook, and that's the impact that Beats by Dre headphones have had on the market as a whole. Now, I just want to take my stance first of all and say where I come from in terms of like audio wise. I quite like listening to portable audio, and that means earphones. I'm quite a person that likes small little earphones. Here are my earphones that I quite love, and these are the Audiophonak PFE 232s. You might think they're really little, which they are, but they do cost £400, so they're not exactly cheap. In terms of headphones wise, however, I've never been a huge headphone person because I've never really seen the need of having headphones. Beats by Dre was pretty much one of the big headphone marketing group, shall I say, that really got headphones to be portable. After Beats by Dre came out with their line, I think in 2007-2008, it was then that people were wearing headphones around the neck. And that's when companies such as Sennheiser and Denon, Audio-Technica and whatnot, the established brands, started moving their focus from home audio, so that means headphones that you use at home, to more portable audio. Of course, these brands already had sort of portable solutions, but none such as Beats by Dre, like folding and everything, because those were associated with DJs, for example. In terms of headphone wise, it's only 2 years ago, I say only, because it's not that long ago, because there's some people which have had headphones their whole life, and that could be like 20 years. I'm only 21 myself. But anyway, about 2 years ago, where I had the XB700s, and I bought them because I really like them. I listened to them in a shop, and I really love their bass. And the mids and the highs weren't too important to me. I wanted that really like strong pounding bass. So I got the XB700s, and they only cost me £70 at the time, which is really affordable for a decent quality set of headphones. And I've got to say, even now with a lot more experience about audio, the XB700s are for me one of the most recommended headphones for people which like bass, because it's one of the best headphones to hear if you like good bass response. It's not the best by no means, but for £70 you can't really go wrong. Anyway, it's only about a year ago when I started looking at more audiophile headphones, and that was when I found the Beats by Dre Pros, wait for it, and the Denon AHD 2000s. Here are the AHD 2000s, which have been modified with a D7000 cable, which has been re-terminated with a 3.5mm jack, and I have the AHD 5000s cups over here dampened with the Lawton Audio method. So here we got my D2000, which has been modified to basically to a D5000 standard. And I've also got the Lawton Audio pads on there, which are really nice and comfortable. So as you can see, these are very much home audio headphones. They actually are very loose on the head. They're not actually built to last, because if I did this really strongly, the nuts and bolts over here would become loose and it would probably fall apart. Also, the cable that comes with stock Denon D2000s is 2 meters long, and it's a freaking thick cable that you could probably wrap and kill someone with, put it that way. But that is a home audio headphone. However, I modified these because I didn't really like the cable, and I preferred the sound of the wooden cups right there. Anyway, these are home audio headphones, and I was between these and the Beats by Dre Pro. Now you might think it's crazy, why would someone with quite expensive earphones, such as the Audiophonak PFE 232s, be even looking at Beats by Dre Pros? And it was quite simple. It was actually because those were the headphones that when I went into the shop, they were the first ones that I saw. Now, as much as I knew audio, I knew not to trust the Beats by Dre Pro line, because I was like, well, it might not be worth it. That is true, because they were around £300, between £250 and £350. whereas I could have got them from America for about £200, and that fell exactly the same price range of the Denon D2000s, which I incidentally got at £180, and that's before all the modifications. Modifications cost me about £90 altogether. So the two headphones I had in mind were these two, and the simple reason why is because, well, unfortunately there was a store, HMV, which is now closing down, that had them in offer, and you could go into there and try them out. And there's not many stores in the UK which allow you to do that. There are some high-end audiophile stores, and there's a normal stores which probably have just Beats by Dre, and it was a very rare occasion to try something like the D2000s without going to a specialist, basically an audio specialist. HMV is like a general store, by the way, in the UK, which is now closing down because they don't make any more money, put it that way, which is really a shame to hear. But anyway, I was in search of headphones, and those were the two which came up. At the end, I actually went for the D2000s for two reasons. One, because the mids were much better, and secondly, because the clamping force was much less. Now, clamping force is when you put them on the headphone, the headphones on your head. The clamping force is how much the clamp is. If the clamp is quite a lot, it'll be here. If the clamp is quite loose, then it just sit on your on your ears. The Beats by Dre are always known to be portable. That's why they've got that folding mechanism, and they can be put in your pocket or, you know, jacket or something like that. So they're more portable. D2000s, they don't have any of that, as you can see. So I was between those two, and I went for that reason. But not only that, I did a little bit of research and found loads of people like slandering the Beats by Dre Pros. And now, thinking back to it, I actually wonder why they were slandering it so much. And it's actually because of the price. The price is so expensive. £350 could get you some very high-end very high-end audio equipment. I get those headphones fully modified, I could get a very nice amp as well, and I would have a very nice setup. However, when it comes to availability, the D2000s, forgetting that they're discontinued at the moment, they couldn't be found in every store. So whenever I went in a store, the first thing was trying to be upsold to me. That means when you're going for something cheap, that they're trying to sell something more expensive to you, was the Beats by Dre Pros and their £350 headphones. Anyway, my point is, why were they trying to upsell it? Well, obviously for the stores it was because they were making more profit. But why was it, as a person which loves audio, that I was so tempted in buying Beats by Dre Pros? Well, it's quite simple. They're marketing. It's all about the marketing. Beats by Dre's did an incredible marketing campaign, and because of Dr Dre, the rapper, if you don't know him, well, you should know him, because of his influential stance on hip-hop and rap and R&B, and because of his connections at the I think it's called Interscope. Interscope, if I'm not mistaken, it's Interscope Music Industry Group. Yeah, Interscope with Iovine, Jimmy Levine, I think. He was Interscope's chairman, shall I say, and he could put these headphones on pretty much every single music video that you could see. For example, Lady Gaga, Justin Bieber, Lil Wayne, Drake, Snoop Dogg, you name it. There's loads of people out there that could advertise these headphones, and that's what they did. They were kind of forced to, because, hey, we're the record label, we're paying you, we want you to wear these headphones so that we can make profits somewhere else, and that's what they did. And they made an incredible job of that. I've got a little figure for you, and you probably will be quite astonished with this, but with the marketing of Beats by Dre, they were achieving a huge 64% of the market share of premium headphones. Now, premium headphones are done by the cost of the headphone, and the cost of a premium headphone is over $100. In the UK, that's about 60 to 70 quid. So that's not very expensive in terms of naming a brand premium or a headphone premium, but 64% of the market share was taken by Beats by Dre Pros. And then on top of that, 28% of the overall headphone market had been taken by Beats, and to see how Beats by Dre was there for not a long time in comparison to, say, Denon, which has been there for 100 years, it's crazy that they've seen a huge cut in their market share because of Beats by Dre. Now, you might think this is really bad for other companies, and this is the point that I really want to bring it back to. Because of Beats by Dre's publicity of headphones, headphones became cool. People were actually going out and buying headphones because it's not only Beats by Dre, but there were other headphones. Say, let's take the Denons. People were like, hey, there's these Denons, they're 200 quid, how do they sound like? And they heard them, maybe they liked them or they didn't. And because of that, there's a 73% increase between 2011 and 2012 in the premium headphone category. 73% because of one brand. That's incredible. That is really incredible. Now, what's my stance on Beats by Dre? Now, I've got to say, in terms of portable headphones, which are made for hip-hop and R&B, Beats by Dre are one of the best headphones that you can buy. Now, some audiophiles will be like, whoa, what are you saying? Well, it's quite simple. The Beats by Dre have a very distinguished sound. They've got very good, well, very good. They're capable in lows, extremely incapable of mids, and very capable in highs. Two piercing highs in my opinion, but that means they've got a V-shaped signature. The Denon or more audiophile range have got more flat line signature. The flatter it is, the better it is deemed by audiophiles, which is great. But when it comes to personal listening, you want something which is a bit more accustomed to your sound, and the Beats by Dre were very V-shaped. And therefore, they were good headphones for that certain music, but they're definitely not good headphones for, say, listening to jazz or classical. It sounds utterly terrible. But apart from that was the price tag that came with it. The price tag of, say, £350 for the Beats Pros was ridiculous. If those headphones were £150, I bet you all the audiophiles across the world wouldn't be so angry or, shall I say, jealous or pissed off at people saying, hey, Beats by Dre's are the best. Because at £150 price tag, the Beats by Dre Pros, with their functionalities, with the folding mechanism, and with the looks that they have, and with their removable cable basically, it makes them a very attractive headphone to buy. And it is a £150 price tag. So for £100 to £150, the Beats by Dre's Pros, now remember I'm talking about the Pros here, which are retailed at £350, they'd be very much worth it. Again, a genuine Beats by Dre Pros, I'm not talking about fakes, genuine Beats by Dre Pros, which are marked at £350, but if they could be bought at £100 or £150, they're very much worth it. So this is the dilemma. Most people that get pissed off at people that have Beats by Dre's is simply because of a misconception that people have of Beats by Dre's. Because Beats by Dre's were marketed so well by Dr. Dre, by Lil Wayne and Interscope, it means that people had this impression of, oh, these artists which are really famous, such as Dr. Dre, which was the highest paid artist because of his Dre line, must mean that they have really good headphones, and therefore if they're wearing it, that means that if I wear it, I'm hearing the same quality that they are hearing. Of course you are, but that quality is pretty shit, and you're paying a premium for that, so it sucks to be you. But what got most people was the people which owned Dr. Dre Beats, and then were saying, hey, I've got Dr. Dre Beats, I've got the best headphones in the world. Whereas people with HD 800s, okay, they're £1,000 headphones, were coming up and saying, listen, no, you don't have best headphones in the world, these are the best headphones in the world. And that's where the clash came in, of audiophiles trying to teach people which were less experienced in audio. I'm not going to say noobs, because they weren't, they just were less experienced. They just, like me, went to a store and the first thing they saw were Beats by Dre's. Fair enough, that's the best thing they saw, and probably in the store that was probably the best thing they stocked in terms of sound quality, but not price. So that's where the conflicts come up from audiophiles. I know I've been rambling quite a lot, and I've been talking quite a lot, But I just thought, just to make this video, just for an information video, for people which are not too aware of that, and more so for people which seem to bash Dr. Dre Beats quite a lot. I'm not a fan of Beats by Dre. I was seeing myself buying it, but now I could never see myself as buying those headphones, be it for portable use or on at-home use. I would just think it's stupid. I might pay a maximum of £100 or maybe even £50 for headphones like that. But for other people, I can see them being appealing. But I personally don't know why a lot of people have been bashing them, bashing the headphone company, where in fact, if it wasn't for Beats by Dre, then you wouldn't have seen a big increase of Denon, Sennheiser, Audio-Technica. I'm sure there's loads of other brands out there that I am probably forgetting, which I shouldn't be forgetting, which have been focusing more on style and portability and sound quality and marketing. And these four things are great things, and I really think it's a good job. Now, I don't agree with some of the styling things that some companies have adopted. A good example would be Denon, which comes to mind, because I quite like their old style look to them rather than this new funky look they've put to it, like a Tron-esque look. But I do like the fact that companies are paying more attention and spending more money in terms of getting people's ideas, these ideas of out of their heads of like, hey, Beats by Dre are pros are the best, where in reality, no, they're not. Here, Denon can offer this. Hey, we're Sennheiser, we can offer this. Hey, we're Audio-Technica, we can offer this. Hey, we're Philips, for example, we can offer this. All these companies have basically brought out a line which has been inspired somehow by the Beats by Dre line. Doesn't mean that the audio-wise has been inspired. Hell no. It's not been inspired by that. I think they've pretty much kept a little bit of their essence of what their previous products were. But the marketing of all these companies, I think, has drastically increased. I've seen a lot more adverts for Sennheiser products, for example. Like, I remember in the Tube in Paris, I saw Bob, Bob Sinclair, I think his name is, Bob Sinclair, with these Sennheiser HD 25s around his neck. The Adidas sponsored as well Sennheiser headphones. Denon has also seen some sponsors by some certain famous people which work in audio. These things you would have never seen, and I like the fact that companies are spending more money on that because of a certain brand which has taken so much of the market share. In other words, it's basically a company coming in, taking so much market share because of marketing, older companies realizing, hey, we're too stuck up in our old world of audiophiles, we could make some more money on more general public and open up the general public's eyes in terms of, hey, this is what other things you can get. And I really like that. It's just increasing people's awareness and knowledge of audio products. And the Beats by Dre, in my opinion, have done that extremely, extremely well. And it's very, very rewarding for a company to do that, for other companies, if that makes sense. But hopefully this video has been a little bit educational for you guys, some stats and figures for you as well, about their marketing, what they did. And I just think it's quite interesting, especially when you relate this back to audio and how audiophiles and audio enthusiasts like to think about the brand, but what they often forget is how it's positively reflected upon other brands. This is a huge thing that I think most people overlook. If you look on a lot of forums, you'll see a lot of people bashing Beats, which is fine, I understand that, but they forget that if it wasn't for Beats, headphones wouldn't be in fashion at all. Next up is earphones, and earphones haven't been cracked yet, in my opinion. There's not enough people which have earphones, good earphones, in their ears. And people seem to shy away from earphones because they think, hey, it's small, it's going to break, or hey, it's small, it must be crap. Well, actually, I often prefer listening to my PFE 232s over my D2000s, simply because I get more immersed into the sound, simply because the sound is closer to my ears. It's pretty much logic. So, yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this video, guys. And got a shirt that I got from a very good friend of mine, which says "Keep calm, I'm totally dubbed," with a little headphone sign over there. But yeah, guys, keep calm and get good audio. Alright guys, I've been totally dubbed. Take care. Bye bye.